All right, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. I have no idea how well this is going to work or not work. I don't know. I'm using a made in China hotspot, so hopefully this works. This is kind of spur of the moment, but I've had emails. I'm sorry, not emails, text messages. Can you guys hear me all right? Let me know that right off the bat. I got my mic here, so hopefully. Yeah, you're not going to get notification because I just did it. It happens. I just went live, all right? So let's not worry about notifications. Can you hear me? Is my audio good? Is what I'm asking. Yeah, 5x5, good to go? All right, let me shut that off. All right, any mods? Mike Decker. Jesse James, Method Marine. Sweet. Listen, anybody comes in here with their pro-COVID, pro-agenda, throw them out. The thing is yes, I see people are saying things like, save us from this virus. Listen to this. Check this. It isn't ending, okay? I got to my buddy's place, and he's like, oh, a medic just told me that if they close down, they'll close down the highways. That's all. I've talked to I don't know how many. I've given my number to a ridiculous amount of medical professionals that are hitting me up and telling me that, dude, this isn't real. This isn't a real. H1N1 is way worse than anything else. Ark from Destiny's Lab just sent me a text, and that's why I'm live right now, because now they're claiming everyone working from home could cause the internet to go out. There it is. Once the internet's completely gone, there's a reason they've been leaving us alone. They're not censoring us or anything, because they can't pull what they're pulling and start censoring channels that are trying to tell you what's up, because it would point the fingers. It would point too many fingers back at them. And this is a lot of people. Like, I got to my buddy's place, okay? Christians, they know what's up, blah, blah, blah. They have bug out locations, etc. But they're like, oh, this is just payback against Donald Trump. And it's like, yeah, Donald Trump is completely and totally in on it. There's a reason The Economist magazine put him on the cover as King Trump, sitting on top of the world with the American flag rolled up under his ass like a toilet bowl. Do you see what I'm saying? Trump is in on this. He's a billionaire. He's a Kabbalist. He's an Israel first. He's not one of us. He never has been. That's how you become a billionaire, not once, but twice in one lifetime in America, period. All right, so know that. This may be being a test, yeah, but guess what? It doesn't have to be a test. They've done lots of drills. They've done lots of things that either went or didn't. This one's perfect because all the patriots, all the preppers, all these other, they're all self-quarantining. They're complying without anyone really putting the boot to them. You know what I'm saying? Whatsoever at all. And meanwhile, the disease is absolutely nothing, because the disease is absolutely nothing, but it comes with teeth. You know what I mean? James Corbett put that video up, but James Corbett is a real good researcher. It started in Massachusetts. They were trying to push a law through Congress over and over, and it was languishing. It wouldn't move forward. So they whipped up the swine flu, and it flew right through, passed and approved. And it's been sitting around for either 9 or 11 years. One of the two. I'm not exactly positive, but it allows forced vaccination. It allows them entering private property. All of your last remnants of what you thought of being American are gone. Forced vaccinations. And Bill Gates happens to own a company that's making the ID 2020, intravenous through a vaccine tracking apparatus. And if you don't get it, you can't buy or sell. Sound familiar? Exactly. And meanwhile, this disease that everyone's starting to figure out, hey, I don't even know anybody. I don't know anybody that has this disease or that's died from this disease. And yet they keep pushing it. Trump is asking for schools to be closed. Schools are already closing in Massachusetts, Georgia, Indiana, Illinois, all over the place. So they're closing everything down because they're doing this. They're stealing Americans' 401ks, their savings. It wasn't our fault. It was the coronavirus. It's perfect, and enough people are falling for this. But we're not, right? We're not falling for this because you can see what's happening. This is right now. Right now, a subscriber just sent this. Who can leave their home? Read the shelter-in-place order for 6 Bay Area counties in California. Well, you know, Cali's always down for their citizens and always have been. So there's that. Link is in the description right now. This isn't real, and yet it just won't stop. Don't believe me? I don't really care at this point. It makes no difference. I'm sad to say that. I just saw Big Sib doing a live stream, and he was kind of saying, you know, you don't have to comply and this and that. Well, here's the deal. When you come to a roadblock and there's armed men, or when they come to your house or whatever, tell them you don't comply and let me know how well that works. And this is the propaganda that's being pushed. NASA's worried astronauts could spread it on the space station. There's so much wrong with that. I can't even begin to explain it, but I'm pretty sure you probably already get it. Might as well push the space station and NASA while you're at it, right? But it's amazing to me the amount of CEOs that have stepped down, the amount of celebrities that are probably disappearing, and they hit America right in the old heart bone. The NBA players have COVID-19. COVID-19 is an incredibly mild flu. 144,000, last I checked, 65,000 recovered because it's a flu. And 5,000 died, but it's a worldwide pandemic. None of that makes any sense at all. I already did the math for you in one video. The amount of people that died from, the amount of people that were infected was 0.00137. Now, if you tried to figure out how many people, what the percentage of people that have died from this, it's non-existent. I keep saying it's a good year. It's a good year. It's a good year medically because from December 29th till March 16th last year, the amount of people that died was double or triple, and no one said a word because it wasn't the move. Brandon, what's up, brother?
Hey, buddy.
I certainly hope. Hey, buddy. All right, folks. All right, folks.
All right, guys.
I hope I didn't even check. I happened to get I fell out. I was in your chat and then I lost internet, but I'm on and I'm in a remote location right now using a Hencho in China Wi-Fi. It seems to be working. So, dude, here we go. NASA's afraid that these astronauts are going to bring the COVID virus to the space station. 6 areas in California are already having shelter in place. And check this one out too. Here we go. This is them just not caring. Yes. Okay, great. My privacy. Thousands of armed force troops could be put on standby over the spread. And yet there is no spread.
Yeah.
That could change. They might get mad at us and say, okay, these guys are really, putting the facts out there and we don't like that. So let's spray a small area. We talked about this before. They could sacrifice a small area, hit it off because I have access. I mean, the emails, once I got an internet signal, the emails were astronomical. A lot of them were very helpful. A lot of them were very afraid. A lot of them were like, what are you going to do? But nobody has sent me an email at all out of the 500,000 plus people that can email me if they so chose to, saying my mother died. Nobody, because it isn't an outbreak. It's a robbery. It's 9/11 all over again. And we're actually helping them carry our money out of the house. Beautiful.
And at the same time, I just want to know right now what is happening is the theft of the middle class's wealth. Right now, right out in the open, it's happening right before our eyes. That is what is truly transpiring with this. They are going to use this, continue. Listen, folks, their hands aren't going to be bloody. We are going to do it to ourselves again because we believe in our minds that whatever is true, and it's just not, guys. It's amazing watching it. Now we have schools out for an entire month here, and we had one case. One confirmed case in Jefferson County. The other day, I'm in New Orleans for my work. I'm delivering something. I turn on the radio, Richie, and they said there's a quarantine in New Orleans, right? What they failed to mention was that the quarantine was in the nursing home where in one room where the lady supposedly died. And because that's what they're doing. They're combing all the nursing homes. Anybody who dies in the nursing home, it's coronavirus.
And that's the thing too. The 4,000 I got to imagine, I haven't checked. It's got to be at 5,000 or 6,000. But my really good source, I've got so many awesome subscribers that work in the medical field that are trying to spread the truth through me. So I'm trying to do it right now. They're elderly and people that with compromised immune systems, and the number is still minuscule. It certainly isn't a worldwide outbreak. And I don't understand why so many Americans are helping them foist this, man. Because this could have just been a test. We might have still had some time, but they're like, wow, these guys are actually helping us. We thought there'd be a problem in America.
I got to work this morning, Richie. 10 back-to-back emails from different contractors and different suppliers of different things. Now, the governor did the proclamation. The proclamation only stipulates governmental employees. That's all it's to. The proclamation just is, but Shell, Exxon, and now there's like multiple major restaurants in the area that's no longer serving food. You can't go in and eat. The only way you can eat is takeout. I mean, you're watching us collapse it all by ourselves. It's like the domino effect. How many times have I posted, look at the national debt? And now this is just a small, enormous number they're showing us that they're running up like it's a contest. This is how they fix it. And it makes it look like coronavirus. What can we do? But now everyone's going to be destitute. They're going to get rid of the dollar because it's no longer viable. And everyone's going to be at the beck and call of the government. And that's going to come with some serious ropes and strings that we've been telling you about. Well, Nicholson should be jumping in. Hey, real quick, is we getting any? Is the audio good here? I just want to make sure my mics. No, I'm asking these guys because you're on the stream, so you shouldn't be able to hear it. Is the audio good, people? Yeah? No? Anybody? Perfect. Okay. So here's someone just said, "Don't go to the hospital; they'll make you a victim." The funny thing is in Boston. They are, if you're calling them and saying, I think I have corona, well, stay home. Yeah.
Wait, what? It's an upward. The world is locked down. Italy is explaining to us, this is what we did wrong. So you should do what we do, which is basically lock yourselves up, give up your savings, which is somehow, if you don't have any money in the bank, the coronavirus won't get you. But if you do have money in the bank and you have a problem with it, this is insane, dude. Did we not see this? Just like boom.
What's crazy is 2 weeks ago, the last Bible study, the day before the market started crashing, I started talking about the next thing is what's going to happen. The modus operandi is always the same. It comes in different spurts, but for whatever reason, this time they are deciding to take it over, and they don't care that the normies see. The normies are seeing. My neighbor Fred, who knows very well.
But you've got good neighbors, dude.
Yeah.
Seriously, because where I'm at right now, if you guys are watching and I'm in your shop, sorry, but they came in here and they're like, this is payback against Donald Trump because they couldn't impeach him. And I'm like, dude, Donald Trump, he has a tree of life. He he's a Kabbalist, Israel first. He's been a billionaire in America twice, a billionaire.
Yeah.
The only billionaire that was ever actually, I think, kind of somewhat legit was Ross Perot, and he couldn't do it. Even though he had the money to do it, he couldn't do it. Donald, he's in there. I'm sorry, man.
He's in there. No, and he is. And that's what I told Fred when he come over. He said, I should have listened to you because I told Fred a long time ago, I said, you need to take your money out of the stock market. He come over and they just lost everything within the last week. I tell Fred, and this is what it's going to transpire, folks. Listen, everybody, learn who your neighbors are. Learn who you live around, and if you don't live around good people, move. Fred, I told Fred directly to his face, I said, Fred, well, you'll never go hungry. And that's because this neighborhood's going to make sure he doesn't.
That's right. And I can attest to that. Now, Brandon's met me in real life, and we had a weird thing go on. When I met him, I said, when you're around me, this is no bullshit. Yeah. Hate me all you want, whatever. Weird stuff happens to me, and I don't understand why. And I told Brandon, and he's like, okay. And then he started seeing it. I forget why I just started bringing that whole topic up, dude. Come on, that happens constantly too.
And you do that in real life, guys. Y'all think that's an act? That's real life.
No, I have a terrible, terrible memory. Oh, the reason I wanted to go live, if it was even possible, apparently, I guess I'm okay for now. Ark from Destiny Lab just hit me up and sent me an article where they're already putting this out. This troubles me. Well, with everybody working from home, there's going to be internet outages. If the internet goes down, if the internet goes down, they're doing it. They're making their visits, etc. So,
well, you know what I'm going to do? When the internet goes down, I'm going to pop my boat in the water and I'm going fishing. I mean, that's just...
I'm doing my version of fishing right now. I was heading in a certain direction. I got home and I had a bunch of things to do. I was on the road for 3 weeks, blah, blah, blah. And then Trump declared a national emergency. And I went, Massachusetts has already been in a state of emergency. If I don't get out of here, I might not be able to get out of here.
Yeah.
And it's sad because I have family members that kind of understand like this. Like some of my family members, they're not conspiratorial, but they're very smart. They're very logical. They're like, this makes no sense, but I can't see what the money thing is behind it. And it's like, I've been telling, it's the money thing is all the money, all of it. Get rid of the dollar completely, entirely. And in the meantime, everything you've been working for and saving your entire life, it's gone. Wasn't our fault. Coronavirus.
Separate the classes to us and them, the haves and have-nots. There's no middle class anymore, and make it known that there's just slaves and non-slaves, and that everybody else is slaves. But here's the crazy thing: even during this this transformation that's coming, this is the weakest point that they're ever going to be. Is right now as they try to flip this over into the next stage. It's going to be the weakest they ever are. And hopefully we can reach enough men and women, especially the men and women on the ground that are that eventually will listen. Right as of right now, I've heard of checkpoints, I've heard of mandatory vaccines, but I haven't crossed one. I drove all over this state all day.
I've been all over the country, and I put a video up this morning. I've been all over the country for the last month, all the way over, all the way down, all the way back up, and then I'm out of here, all the way back down again. I haven't seen one United Nations vehicle, so I've been on several different major byways that the 18-wheelers run only. I haven't seen any unusual military movement at all because they don't need it. But don't be fooled. If the internet, they're already putting the meme out that the internet could go down. That's total bullshit, man. That's total bullshit. But if the internet goes down, who knows? We're completely at their mercy. But here's the deal. I left my house, and it was a conscious decision. Like, I might not, like, this could fizzle out, hopefully, or this could ramp up, and I'm going to get stuck wherever I'm stuck. And then there's going to be a point where they're going to want to stick me, and it ain't happening.
No, they can't.
We asked you to look into the ID 2020. I didn't even know that Bill Gates was involved in that. He is. ID 2020, intravenous tracking device to bring us all closer together so they can, that it's Trump's biometric land, air, and sea. It turns out it's a legit thing, and now it makes sense that Bill Gates stepped. Bill Gates is involved. Bill Gates is Mr. Burns of the world, literally. He is the Simpsons come to life.
So I want to say this, right? If you know who you are, and you know that every single judge, every single office of governor, or every single conduct done against life, liberty, and property, if you know these things, if you know who you are in contradiction to that their office, and you tell them estoppel by conduct and that they have to breathe life into that office, and you start making claims against every single individual that ever comes against your life, liberty, and property, and we all start making claims against these individuals, we won't have this problem.
Right.
And
everybody share this, the stuff that's laying it out there, that the numbers don't make any sense, that none of it is real except for the consequences. These guys are 9/11, they're 9/11ing us all over again, and most Americans are helping. Those are the people we need to get to, because they're starting to figure it out. But once they do, the algorithm will kick in and they'll simply and totally go the next level. They'll go the next level to knock these guys back. Nicholson, what's up, brother?
Nothing much, man. Just coming fast and furious, like we've been talking for years. I mean, it's what we said.
Fast.
Yeah, it's going.
And it's beautiful, Nick, because we were just saying they're robbing the rest of the middle class right now under this guise, and most of Americans are helping them steal the money.
Yep, exactly.
What they're told, they're complying.
Yeah, and that's the sad part, is only a few have listened to the truth community, or whatever you want to call it, like you, me, other YouTubers, that we've been telling them about everything. I mean, I was just on the live stream. You remember, 3 or 4 weeks ago, I told them about digital money. Big Sib told them about digital money. Now, I don't know if this is the last event. I don't think it is. I think this is just the next step for putting some more controls in place to keep going.
This is beautiful. I'm sorry to put this out there. Maybe they know a natural disaster is due, so they're locking. There you go. You just help them carry the money out of your savings account into their safe. It is exactly what it looks like.
We do not comply. We do not consent. I showed people earlier that I wrote the governor. Why did I write the governor? Because I told him right now, I do not consent with anything that your proclamation is proclaiming. I do not take your consideration. I do not accept your offer of contract, because that's all the proclamation is. The proclamation is an offer. That's a consideration. We have to accept it, and it's accepted by tacit consent, or by implied consent, by tacit, which tacit means quiet. When you're quiet, you've accepted the contract. And I'm not accepting it. I'm not. I'm going to go down fighting and swinging as much as I can with the truth. That's it.
I mean, me and Richie talked, I have to walk a thin line, what I do for a living. Richie knows where I work, and I have to walk a thin line. And we talked. I said, this is coming. This is why Purell has been attacked. 3 months ago, they were attacked because they did not want the public knowing that it does kill coronavirus. It's a simple coronavirus. It's not that great of like a H1N1, the SARS. I work in an industry. That's all I'm going to say. I work in an industry that I know. There's one reason I know chemistry background and the body. There's where I work. I can't acknowledge that, but Purell was being attacked because they knew this was coming. Purell is a family-owned Gojo. Look it up. Gojo International was created in 1946. It is not on the public stock market. It is not publicly traded. So the big wigs can't threaten them with putting their stock the usual way. So they had to go it another way to try to get Purell, because Richie had a great Purell was the fly in the ointment of what was coming. They knew that was coming. The FDA knows it was coming before they started rolling this stuff out, and they wanted to discredit Purell as much as possible. And they stuck to their guns because they know the science. They passed EPA's tests. They passed FDA's tests. They killed it. It still kills it. And that's why it's overwhelmingly being taken off shelves or whatever, because it does work. And I have the technical bulletins to show you that. Richie from Boston does. So, I mean, a lot of people, and then you've mentioned the 201 event. People need to wake up. This is being put in motion. It's been put in motion just like a 9/11, just like everything else. And I wish more people would share more videos, because here's the other thing. It's being talked about. Richie's mentioned it now. Ark has mentioned it. When they take the internet down, I don't know if it'll be in this event, but if they take it down, then nobody knows what's going on. Nobody's knowing. Yeah. So,
That's why I was like, I don't even think I have a signal. I didn't even ask these guys to come in, but here we go.
yep. And
It's great, dude. I think this might have been a test, or
well, it's really, let's just see. They have made no effort. This is what should frighten everybody, and not really frighten, but just no, they haven't forced anybody to do anything. We've done it to ourselves.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's what gets me so angry, is that people are making excuses. Maybe there's a natural disaster. These people don't care about you. You know how you know? Look at taxes. Look at the GMOs. Look at the chemtrailing in the sky. Look at wars and wars and war. We've been at war my whole life, and I'm old, dude.
Yeah.
They don't care about you, dude.
No, they don't. I mean, you're fooling yourself. You've got to come to that point to wake up. When we say wake up, people I don't know if they take it literally or whatever, but you really have to come to that point of quit lying to yourself to make yourself feel better, safe, whatever that is. You need to look at it for what it is and what's going on and why. Some of the stuff is just pretty obvious now. If you spend any time researching any of this stuff, I mean, let's take the biblical part out of it. Okay, just take that out of it. I mean, the technology alone, 5G and the dangers of it, all of that stuff that's coming in the same time of this going on, you can't get away from it. You're fooling yourself if you don't see. If you think this is just a coincidence, I'm sorry. It's just everything. Look back at Richie's videos. Look back at my videos. We've been telling you this for a long time, really. Georgia Guidestones. I mean, it goes on and on and on. I mean, and here's the other thing is why people keep asking, well, why? Okay, so you're right. So what's the conspiracy here? Look, what we're dealing with, and Big Sib knows, Richie knows, is what we're dealing with is not all physical. It's Ephesians 6:12. They don't like us. We're created by something, and they don't like that, and they want to do away with that. That's the real deeper part of what's going on. But I've said enough of that. I'll let you guys talk. I'm just here to.
Well, here we go. We go to a deeper spiritual understanding too. By programming our subconscious with fear, who is actually creating the reality? We are.
Yep.
We are, because we're not aligned with truth, which is love, which is fear, anger, hate, malice. All these ideas are people get scared. That's everything else. The secondary emotions come into reality, and you can see it. You can walk up to the store right now where people are punching each other in the face over freaking toilet paper. I mean, come on, folks. Have you? Look, man, I told Richie when he was down here in the mud, he's like, how am I going to get the mud off of me? I'm like, I'll drag you behind the boat. Nah.
It was too cold, dude. I would have been down for it. It was just too cold. Drag me behind the boat to clean off the quicksand.
I'm like, how do you think you use the bathroom out here?
Oh, my gosh, man. But you're right. God is not. What is it, Big Sib? God's not a fear. I mean,
that's right.
He's not. He's not. And if more people were awake, I don't like what's going on, but I mean, the more awake you are and aware you are, you're not afraid of it to a certain degree. You know what I mean? Because like me and everybody sitting on this panel, we're like, we knew this was coming. We're not shocked. People that are not awake, this is fear to them, and I feel bad for that. And I can't have a conversation with just anybody. I can't walk out of my neighborhood right now and talk to probably anybody in my community. Anything that I say right now, I am a total nut job. I'm a total nut job. Yeah. And that's the sad part.
Well,
go ahead, Sib.
Well, but once you realize that the battle was always about the space between the two temples, okay?
Yep.
When you recognize that, I don't allow them entrance into my temple. Mm-hmm. Period. Everything that they tell me, I think is a lie off the top. That's just it. I'm that skeptical of this reality where I go, okay, I got to have proof first before I'm going to let you in here. and that's just protection of the temple, and I'm gonna protect it at all costs. They can't have it. They can never have it.
I am finding myself making rather angry videos, and it's just that I'm angry at the same people that couldn't hear us when we were trying to warn them, and now we're trying to tell them, dude, you're building the trap and then walking into it for them. They're sitting there going, this is amazing. We thought America was going to be a problem.
Yeah.
These people are going right back into the whatever you keep sheep in. What's a sheep keeper?
Sheep pen?
I don't know. Whatever they're called. They're going into
a fence. Thank you.
I got out of Massachusetts I felt bad doing it, but I can't. I mean, you're not going to listen to me now. They're not going to listen now. And I didn't want to get stuck there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's going to be another step for control, just like 9/11. After 9/11, things got put in place for more control, and that's the way it goes.
And I'll say this: we got an opportunity here. I look at it from a positive viewpoint.
Mm-hmm.
That positive viewpoint is that the normies that I talk to at my work and everything else are now coming to ask me questions.
Yes,
crazy man, what's really going on? This doesn't smell right. And so there's an opportunity here where some can break free, but most of them are not going to want to make decisions on their own. They're happy somebody else making decisions for them. But at least there is that nugget of truth. We do have an opportunity here because they overstepped their boundaries big time with this.
Big time.
They just.
I guarantee they were waiting like, okay, we're going to push this. We held our event publicly months ago about this. Bill Gates is intertwined throughout the entire thing. Bill Gates steps down. When he stepped down and Trump called on the night of the spring equinox, Trump calls national emergency on 3:33. I went, this is alchemical. This is like this. These guys they got all the kettles stirring at one time. They were waiting.
Yeah.
And Americans started self-imposing, and they blew my social media, my Instagram specifically is mostly weapons dudes, prepping, and they're all stay inside, don't be part of the. I'm like, are you shit? Like, well, the algorithm's seeing that too, and it said,
"Yep, the algorithms." That's totally it. And, and I said on my video that I released finally, back to human COVID-19 edition. I said in my video, depending on how we act, that's where they're going to go with possibly the mandatory vaccine. And that's what they do. They study the algorithms to see how far they can go. And then if they go too far, then they pull it back a little bit. Then that's how they do it. I mean,
that's Fabian socialism. That's how it works. That's exactly how Fabian socialism works. When the turtle finally strikes, it strikes hard, right? It's always beta test. It's always beta testing to see how much they can get away with. And that's essentially what they're always doing. They're always beta testing. And now in this modern day, we give them all the data points through social media.
It's amazing. And watching them historically crash the Dow, and then it comes right back up again. Historically, they drop it, wait for the weekend. No pitchforks. No torches. Nobody's marching in the street. All right, bounce it back up again.
Yep.
But every time they do that, some poor bastard that's worked his whole life just lost half and half. And then someone just said, I just put money in the bank. It's still there. And it will be. I'm talking your 401ks. I'm talking long term. They're already the national mint's already saying they're running out of gold and silver bullion.
Yeah.
That's bad.
That's what they said in Germany. That's what they said in Germany too, for the people. My money's still in the bank in Germany, and and then they close the banks. 2 weeks later, and then we can't get our Deutschmarks, whatever. So, I mean, if I see things going to the digital money, it's pretty much kind of game over with the digital money. I mean, when you start doing the digital thing with like we spoke. Big Sib mentioned it. Richie from Boston. Look back. What was it? 3 weeks ago, we had a live stream, We can't have money. It's too dirty. It's contaminated. We cannot have physical money. We got to have it digital money, and it goes that way.
It freaks me out how historic that live stream was, and I'm not saying that it's legit. We straight up every single me, Sib, Nick, Ark, we all put it in there, and I wish we had said, and it's going to happen in a week because it's coming. It's going to take time. Well, little did we know they've been working on this a long time, and it all started in Massachusetts. The law that they passed has been sitting dormant. Well, that law would only apply to a situation like this. Private property, we can come right in. Mandatory vaccines, no problem. They're floating that word everywhere, and it won't even need to be mandatory.
No,
the cure to what? The cure to what?
Yeah,
I've been all over the country. If you don't turn the mainstream on, everything's fine. It has been cloudy, 1,300 miles of clouds.
And I'm going to stress this again. I know chemists. I know people that work for Purell. Richie knows. They formulate specifically to attack certain things. H1, SARS over the year, swine flu, whatever. They've seen it all. That's why they do what they do. The coronavirus, it's a no-brainer. I mean, the stuff they had in place kills it. I mean, this is nothing. No, they're dumbfounded right now. Like, what's going on? This is nothing.
It must be amazing. There has been Crow 777 had a doctor on. He's a psychiatrist, but he's well versed in this, and he's well versed in germs and viruses and how viruses aren't even a thing. But I'm not telling you. I can't stress this enough, dude. I've talked to dozens all over the country and world, people that work in the medical community, and they've been there for 10, 15, 20. They're like, this is nothing. And I'm like, so you're the one in the medic, like, so
why aren't you
continues forward? And I mean, look around. There's no bodies. There's no nothing. That could change, and I'm reluctant to even say that statement live because, again, Southwestern United States, let's do a little chemtrail thing. They want to see bodies. Let's give it to them, and that'll push it over the top.
Yeah.
And here we go again, though. It's just like all these supposed images that we receive all over the world. These images, they're just images. I mean, they could be coming from anywhere with any intention. With what's the deep brain or whatever, or in ghost cities. I mean, really, I'm to the point where I just don't believe anything.
I don't either. I mean, that's why
I'm just getting to that point.
Ab Guileford, if you listen to this live stream, the first thing I said is, I'm doing this live stream because they're already floating the idea that the internet's going to go out. Once the internet's out, it's whatever. Who knows what's going to happen? But they can't censor us and pull this, because if they censor us, that could accidentally wake people up. So there's your answer, Ab Guileford, you dick. At any rate, I digress. Thank you. I forgot all about it. I haven't digressed in a while, man.
Yeah.
I haven't digressed. Big Sib stopped dipping. I stopped digressing. You got to do something for America.
Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be that type of person. It's like, dude, I've been here on YouTube since 2007. If I wasn't legit, I mean, come on, look at my video.
Brandon Nicholson, Brandon and I didn't know each other whatsoever, but we both watched Nicholson go down when it was unheard of. Mm-hmm. It was the Wild West, dude. You could say whatever you wanted. Yeah. It was all good. Nicholson
good stuff on YouTube back then.
It was the Lighthouse channel, the Beam of Super Happy Fun Light. Don't give money to the super chat, please. Thank you. I appreciate it. But please don't. It's just annoying. Thank you though, but don't, because I don't even know where it goes. But yeah, Nicholson got taken down and he came back under his own name, and everyone's like, that's a free man. Nicholson, what could that mean? It's his name and the year he was born. Pretty straightforward.
I mean, it is what it is. So I'm no magician or I'm no prophet. I'm just, I'm just looking at patterns. That's kind of how you look at patterns, and you trust in Holy Spirit to kind of guide you. That's it.
Without a doubt. The only reason I know these two guys the way I do now is because of the Holy Spirit. Both of these dudes have pulled me along in the Bible, whether people like it or not, and it all makes sense. Whoever sent me that link to MIT working with Bill Gates to develop an item that can detect if you had your vaccines from a distance without like a laser gun, that was the linchpin. Because there was no reason. You don't need to know if that kid over there has got a vaccine unless there's a pandemic.
Yep. You called it, Richie. Yeah.
Well, I rue the day that the first man or woman in office tries to force me to do anything. Because the first claim that I'm going to write against that man or woman that breathes life into that office, they're going to rue the day that they try to force me. And I'm going to tell you, if everybody learns what a claim is and how to write a claim out and start, and you wouldn't be scared of some officer or some military man going against your rights. Listen, folks, it will never be anything but a crime to force your will on somebody else, period, on their life, liberty, or property.
Yeah.
Is this guy Nicholson 19? It is, yes. Really?
This guy. Come on, man.
Is this guy Nicholson 1968? No, he's just retired.
Well, hey, it's the polo hat that's got them mixed up.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
You got them mixed up with the hat. There you go.
Well, here's a question, and I'm getting a lot of text. I wish people would relax. If you have to text me, please keep it light because I got terrible service where I'm at. First of all, do you think they'll put vax review? I think it's going to get ugly because they're going to bring in. I don't even want to go down that route, but here's the deal: I'm not taking it no matter what, and I'm not getting taken.
I'm not taking it.
I've already lived in a concrete and steel cell. I did my time. I'm good with it. All right. We knew this was coming. When I left my house, I made a conscious decision. Like you could be driving right into the belly of the beast, but I was already in the belly of the beast. So it is what it is.
No damage to my temple. Go ahead, Nick. I'm sorry.
No. I mean, I'm not going to take it because that goes against everything I've been saying for
ever. And you can't unring that bell.
And see, here's the difference. The people that are on this panel, and probably most of the people, subscribers that are listening to us, they're not going to take it. But the other people, they don't look at it as they're going to force it on us. They look at it as we want it to save their lives. See, that's the difference. And there it is right there, biblical. You got two different things going on, and the ones that are awake are gonna fight. And if it comes to that, if it comes to the mandatory, if they do a mandatory in here, it's gonna be right. It's gonna get ugly.
Right to jam a needle in your arm with a tracking device so we can all remain connected. That's
without consent, they are going to lose their authority. And I promise y'all this: if they try to go the route without consent, because everything up until this point has been by way of consent, even though that consent's by fraud. If they go the route of bypassing consent, they're going to lose their authority. And I have utmost faith that the Father will deliver us out of it. I just know it. I don't know why. I just know it.
If it comes to this, is Big Sib, Richie, in order to come into my store and buy and sell, you got to have a vaccine. See, that's where it's going. Buying and selling the mark, whatever, I mean, it's
okay. This old boy drops in the boat. I don't need it.
I'm fishing.
That's it. That's it.
I don't need anything from them, man. I really don't.
Fishing. I'm reeling them in.
Here's the deal. After this event, I mean, I've already said this before, and I think you guys have agreed. The way it's going, I couldn't last another 5 years here anyways, to be perfectly honest. And then after seeing America do herself in like this, this isn't for me anymore. I'm just a passenger now. I'm waiting for someone to punch my ticket.
I'm just here doing my job.
Yeah, the masses have really just overtaken this country. I've said it before. If the Kardashians came on TV and told us, we need to, just run around in a circle 3 times and drink Kool-Aid to get rid of coronavirus,
Yep.
85% of people in America would do it. I mean, it's follow the leader, Instagram, Snapchat. I mean, it's just, it's like zombies, really, the zombie apocalypse. And it's not because you're ugly zombie, but you're not awake. You're zombified, whatever you want to say.
I've been paying attention a lot to people because I drive a Land Cruiser. You've seen it, Sib. It's monstrous, and it loves gasoline. So I stop and get gas a lot. And when I go in stores, I'm looking for paper towels. I'm looking for hand sanitizer, and I'm looking to see where people are at. Are they handing me the money like this, or are they just, hey, have a great day, blah, blah, blah. For the most part, it's not too bad, but the chatter is everywhere. I've been checking the front pages of all the local newspapers because screw the USA Today, the Boston Globe, these are all mainstream. I want to see the local newspapers, and I don't know. It just doesn't look really great, man. This was a brilliant scheme. It was a brilliant scheme, man. It just was. I didn't think this is how they were going to go. I figured there was going to be a terrorist attack, but this kind of is. It's another terrorist we can't see.
Well, I kind of figured this was the route it was going to go. That's why I did the latest study, which was based off of Job 3:5, right? Or 3. It's Job. I want to read that because this is the craziness. 3:15. Let's see. Hold on. All right. For the thing which I greatly feared has come upon me. That's what it is. And that which I was afraid of has come on to me. And it's crazy how we have instituted. What is that sound? Is that y'all getting that feedback?
Yeah.
I mean, I got my headphones on, so
It's gone. All right. That might have been somebody else listening in poorly.
Wow. Okay.
You were speaking truth. That's
why. The thing which I greatly feared has come upon me, and that which I was afraid of has come unto me. I was not in safety, neither had I rest, neither was my mind still or quiet, yet trouble came. And what is amazing to me is how all this has transpired out of fear. Fear of the unknown, and people supposed to be claiming that they are in line with the Father. And let me tell you something. Perfect love casteth out all fear. When you recognize the truth to that statement, you will not have fear anymore in your heart. What will come. And I have no control over everybody else, but I know what I'm going to stand up and represent as an ambassador of righteousness in my Father's kingdom. And I will separate myself from the beast kingdom completely and call it out at all shots, even to the point of emailing the governor. I have no fear of these rats. I have no fear of any of them. I'm going to continue being that ambassador, and I hope each and every one of you out there find that power and strength too.
I love Sid. And he's really like that, which I completely didn't believe when I first met him. I'm like, this is bullshit. This guy's so happy about. Unbelievable. With the Bibles and dictionaries all over the house. What a jerk. He's a liar. He's a shill. He's an agent. No, he's totally legit. So there's that.
It took him 3 days. On the third day, he's like, all right, you're not faking. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't help it. It's how I am. You know what I mean?
Hey, look, by the fourth day, though.
It was the second day. Remember the first day you're like, and tomorrow we'll go fishing all day. And I'm like, yeah. I don't even know if I like fishing all day.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
I don't even like. I don't know if I
told you.
Well, Richie's been through he's been through a lot, so he's very cautious of who he brings on. He's cautious who he recommends his video, and my hats off to him. There's a couple of times that he put a video up, but then he put another video up explaining why he took it down because he saw some other stuff that he didn't believe in this YouTuber's information. So he took it down because of that. I mean, a lot of people don't do that, and they'll just leave it up so they can get views or whatever. Richie didn't agree with this totally, so he took it down, and I respect that. I mean, not many people do that at all, if any, that I've really met, out there. So my hat's off to you, sir.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. I felt bad doing it, and I wasn't trying to start shit at all, but pointing to this channel for this one video and then all these other videos that were just no, it's like, oh, I didn't research and I should have. So it is what it is. I think Potter's Clay is in the
Is
Potter's Clay. I think so. He's sent me a lot of good info over the years. He's done some good work, man. Good work.
He's one of the very few I still watch all his videos. There's only like, I don't know.
Yeah, there's like 5 I've watched.
It's so down there, dude, and I feel bad. I do.
And most of mine, 6 of mine are law people. Stuff most people would never watch. It's just about breaking down the law. So I mean, is it?
Yeah,
a bunch of word etymologies. Who wants to do all that goofy stuff?
Well, that's why you're here, brother. That's why you're here, because I mean, this kid's ridiculous. He'd be talking to me at his house, and I'd be like, Sib, I haven't been listening for 20 minutes because I can't. It's too much. There's too much information. You're killing me. I'm thinking about the butterfly going outside the window, and you're like, and the law told me in Latin and blah. Yeah. Do a live stream. Dude.
Yeah. do a live stream. Light it up.
Just hold on to that thought for a little while. We're going live.
What a crazy time, man.
Write it down. I can't take it now.
It's think about the last one. It's brilliant. Well, with everybody working from home, the internet could go down. That's why they're not censoring it. Crow 777 said it in a video the other day. He said they're not censoring anybody because it would be too obvious. They're riding this. They're like, this is amazing.
They got us trained like little soldiers. As everything that they put out is reshared, re-hashtagged, re-Instagrammed, resent, boom, boom, boom. We do it all for them. It's crazy, man.
I agree. Hey, check. A lot of people are under the impression they're kicking the kids out of school so they can install 5G real quick. I don't think they'd have to go through all that trouble because no one's really complained about 5G. But Sim told me the other day
they want it.
The kids won't be able to come back to school unless they have their vaccines.
Yeah, I see that too.
Yeah,
I see that happening too.
I see that company. Unfortunately, I see that coming too.
And that's why I've told everybody we should be at the point where we accept no public benefit. Next week,
break that down into English, Sib. Seriously, finish what you're saying, but make it easy.
We should accept no public benefit. And what that means is any free gifts. The devil always comes bearing a gift, right? That's how he draws you in with consent. So we should not ask the state or anybody else to take care of our affairs. When you ask somebody to take care of your affairs, that means you cannot do it yourself. So when you institute your children into a public school, folks, you have initiated parents patria. The doctrine of parents patria makes the state the parent of the child. Hope I didn't go too far there.
Nope, not at all. McLeod 2020, you're totally wrong. Totally. The virus is nothing. It's nothing. Then maybe it was until all the information came out. It isn't. If there was a deadly pandemic, it'd be a pandemic by now, dude. Pandemics are fast moving, always, and it doesn't even work like that. It doesn't even work like the only pandemics we ever heard of are in their history books.
And you know what's crazy? We took slack for the last 6-7 weeks while we kept saying not agreeing with everybody. And it's amazing that we still have these Timothy McClouds here, still over here trying to say it's a real pandemic. No, it's not, folks. We've got 2 cases.
You hear that?
Yeah, I hear it still too. Every time I go to talking, it comes in.
That is crazy. Yeah, there you go. And here's the other thing. After talking to I never talked to all these. I did hear it, Brenda. After talking to all these, because I hate talking to people. I do. I can't stand all the words that come out of their mouths. But the medical people, I got to listen to them. And they're like, dude, viruses don't even actually spread like that. FYI. And don't take antibiotics. They're really bad for you. They kill whatever is ailing you, but they also kill the part of you that would have cured it on its own anyways. So, yeah. Of course they're monitoring us. It is what it is. But, I mean, if this is the last time we're going to ever live stream, I couldn't pick 2 better guys. So it is what it is.
Did it get better? Did the sound get better?
Yeah. I don't think it was on your end, brother.
It sounded like every time I went to talking, it got louder and louder, though. But it could be my own imagination. I'm not going to imagine the vein.
No, we heard it too.
No, we heard it.
Lisa's saying it's a PSYOP designed to take your rights and install the mark of the beast. It's even more multifaceted than we can even imagine. Yeah. This is doing so many things at once. And, a couple of channels that I got a decent amount of respect for are like, this is just a drill. It isn't a drill. Disney's in on it. All the big corporations, monkey see, monkey do. All the small companies in the United States see the big companies shut down. Well, we better shut down. Those corporations damn well have the resources and the money to know. Look at the facts. This is how many people have it. This is how many have died. This is how long it's been around. It's a non-event. They're shutting down because they were all at event 201. This is all Bilderberg. This is what these people do. This is what we've been quacking about for 10 years, man.
Yep.
And when it comes, people still don't believe it.
I mean, it has been talked about multiple times.
Unbelievable, brother.
And I still don't get it. It's just hilarious. I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny. But
it is kind of laughable.
I'm just shocked of how many people are totally asleep. It just blows my mind, really. I've just, I don't get it.
The revelation of the method has transpired over the last couple of years, Nicholson. When I started waking up 12 years ago, you had to be on the deep dark web or in the catacombs of YouTube. You had to really be looking. You had to really look. But now with the revelation of the method and the externalization of the hierarchy, it's right in front of your face. I mean, it's
big time.
Yeah, it's hidden right in
your face, but they can't even see it.
So here's the thing. I'll switch gears here for you. You remember this years ago? The RFID chip is the mark of the beast.
It was the first. Yes, of course I do, because it was one of the videos. Nicholson yelled at me in the comments, and I took it down.
I said,
no. I said the mark of the beast is the RFID, and here's why.
You can't. Yeah, and Big Sib has touched on it tonight too. Is the mark cannot be forced upon you. You have to choose it. You have to. That's how the enemy works. Seduction. What did you say, Big Sib? The offering, or how did you say it like that? That's great. Just remember that, or a free gift. Don't offer
a free gift. The devil comes offering a free gift.
Once you understand, listen, guys. Once you understand how the enemy works, then you're halfway there. Is nothing. If it's free, if they're offering a free flu shot for you, really, corporate America don't want to. They want to make a dime on everything. So if they're giving you a free flu shot, you think they're interested in saving your life? No way. That's. But
that's going on in Massachusetts forever. I've seen people at my Sunday dinner table all get a flu shot, and it was absolute bedlam. My grandmother ended up in one of the where's the place that you almost die? The when you're elderly, they send you to this place.
Hospice.
And she made it out. But she ended up there. My aunt and uncle ended up in the hospital. My father and my stepmother got incredibly sick, and nobody was like, the flu shot I didn't get one, and I didn't get sick. These people were going to the hospital sick. They still didn't get the correlation. So
they forced my daughter to take her vaccination this year because she's a nurse. And not only did she get the flu from the vaccination, 2 weeks later, she had another strand of the flu. So my daughter after getting the vaccination, she spent almost 3 weeks down with the flu. Or 3. Yeah, let's not do that. This one. There you go.
Is that Russian vids? I don't know if that was a real one or not, but
that's why I'm always reluctant to say anything, because we were calling out to you and it wasn't you, it was somebody else that was speaking your name. Russian vids. What's up, Bella? Crazy time, man. This is a crazy time.
Crazy time, man.
There's no way everybody is completely shutting down their monster businesses. The casinos are shutting down. You know what? Like everything's shutting down. It's because they were told to shut down, because the money they're losing is make believe anyways. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're past money. People need to get that out of their heads. We're
I've
past
been
money.
saying that for a bit. Oh, they're going to make so much money. Like, money's irrelevant.
Yeah,
money's for us, and they want that gone too. Because once you don't have paper currency, I'm dead in the water right off the bat. I'm dead in the water. I have no means of doing anything. There's a lot of others like that. And if your money's on a card, if you don't do what you're told, you go to your card and it's empty.
It cuts it off. That's right.
What's the recourse?
Yep, exactly.
They showed us the carrot system. They showed us the social credit system. I don't think it's a complete coincidence this all started in China. You know what I'm saying? It's like it might as well started the whole thing in Antarctica because no one can go there and verify it either. So
yeah.
It's just crazy watching it. And
I mean, here's the thing too, of just crazy stuff. Think about this. I know this is kind of changing the subject a little bit, but supposedly this country is for human rights. We're about human rights, and we trade with the number one offender in the world of human rights, China. Why? Why do you think that is, folks? You better wake up. This is done. This has been in the works for a long time in stages. We've been telling you, and not that I'm the smartest guy in the world. I'm just saying I got my information, and you study. I mean, it's all part of what's going down, and you cannot believe the government is in your corner. You better believe this is not just a physical battle that we're in. There's more to it, guys. We've been saying that, everybody on this panel. And I know most of the subscribers already know that, so I'm not talking to you guys. So,
yeah, to the people, if it seems like I'm yelling in videos, I try to remember to say, I'm not talking to you guys, but anybody that might perhaps stumble over a video. That doesn't happen anymore, but if it did.
And I want to say something else too.
Have at it.
I want to thank subscribers. There's one on here, Guy Foot. He's in the chat room. I don't know if he's still in there. But here's the other thing. Yes, I am a YouTube creator, whatever you want to say. Big Sib does his thing. Richie does his thing. But here's what I really love about God. He moves people to share information and get it to people like us on this panel to share to a massive. You don't even know how important you guys are to share emails, videos, just that. I really appreciate that over the last 15 years or more. So I just want you to know that as well. It's not me. It's not really us telling you. It's everybody in this room together, working together. We've been we've been through this over the years. We have, and we've known it's coming. So it's okay. You know, it's just part of the process. And
That's it.
oh, by the way, to just back you up, I wanted to read you this quote from David Rockefeller, Nicholson. Whatever the price of the Chinese Revolution, it has obviously succeeded not only in producing more efficient and dedicated administration, but also in fostering high morale and community of purpose. The social experiment in China under Chairman Mao's leadership is one of the most important and successful in human history.
Yep.
It was an experiment. And that means the experiment is going on right here too.
Yep.
And who's the other one that said if I could come back as anything in this life, I'd come back as a virus and wipe out everyone on this planet?
That was the one of the princes, Prince David or something.
Prince Albert.
Whichever one. It's one. Prince Charles. Prince Charles.
No, it wasn't. Not the horse face guy. He doesn't say stuff. He's the nice one.
Was it Henry? Was it Henry Kissinger?
No,
I don't know.
One of the royals.
Food, and you got him.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, think about this too. Let's go into that. I mean, I don't know all the details, but the whole thing with the earth is overpopulated lie.
Mm-hmm.
See, I mean, that's been programmed into us for decades or years. We got to depopulate. We can't feed everybody. I mean, it's just unbelievable of what. If you really research it, we're not overpopulated. Because here's the other thing. By saying that statement that the world is overpopulated, I'll tell you what that tells you. You don't believe in a creator and you don't believe in a God. Because if you believed in a creator and you believe in a God, you think he's going to create a world that's not big enough to hold his creation?
I'm gonna make this place and it can't hold me.
Just being in Sib's backyard, everything to live is there, including a beautiful live oak tree. Everything. This is why these elites are constantly decimating rainforest. Anything where wildlife or creation thrives, they destroy it, poison it, radiate it, dump oil on it, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, but people are going to, I mean, see, and Big Sib and Richie's going to agree with me here. If you look through the lens of, you have the mind of Christ, look at anything. Let's take GMO food. We're going to mess with creation, and we're going to make it better so that we can transport it longer. It'll last longer, and we're going to mess with it, whatever. Okay, from a non-believer, that sounds good. But from a Christian point of view, what you're saying is what God provided to us isn't good enough. Well, see, that's for me.
They rolled that out. Remember when they rolled that out, Nick?
Yeah.
We're just making this salmon so it's a little pinker and fresher.
So look through the lens through that of what's the mind of Christ, and look at it through that lens and ask the question. You'll usually get the correct answer every time. And that's how I look at it is, whether it's messing with the sky, messing with the weather, whatever it is, it's you're just slapping the face of the Creator.
And I'll take it even a step further. This is why one of the things is,
Sib, go ahead.
That would be, oh, come on, Brandon.
He says that all the time. It's strange. Oh, come on, Brandon.
Alice Bailey, the externalization of
the hierarchy.
Alice Bailey, yeah.
No, that's who that's from. That's Alice Bailey. You can go find
Lucius Trust.
Yeah,
Lucius Trust.
You can download each of the books.
Trust. Then they changed it to Lucius because it was much friendlier.
Yeah,
it was right out there. It's always been right out there.
Well, yeah, and
Crystal says I love Nicholson's faith. You guys have to understand. Nicholson walked me through my transition to yelling and screaming and chasing all the nonsense and the celebrities and the Illuminati hand signs. And he started explaining to me the Bible and what things meant. Remember that time you hit me up and you were like, I just want to tell you this and understand what I'm saying. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those
who trespass against us. Yeah.
And I was like, that's like, if you don't forgive wholeheartedly and completely, you can't be forgiven wholeheartedly and completely. So I've just let so much go. So much go, man.
Then, because if you don't, if you hold resentment, you hold malice, you hold anger, you hold fear within here, well, guess what? That corrupts the whole temple, and you have to let go of that. You have to let go in order. And I'm going to tell you, the biggest thing most people don't forgive is themselves. That was
what did that say? What did that say? I missed it. I made it bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. I'll sell this to you for like $800 if you want to buy it.
I haven't seen a bottle out in the wild in a long time.
Oh my gosh, man. Crazy times.
Oh, you know what's crazy? After like 6 years, I started out of the blue going back into the woods and videotaping it and making bug out bags. And I made a video and I said, I have no idea where I started doing this all over again. This was like 5-6 months ago. It all makes perfect sense now. I was like, I gotta get. It's freezing out. It's raining out. I mean, I go out there in the stupidest weather by myself, quacking at a camera, and then posting it. And I'm like, I don't know what got me doing this all over again. Well, God's funny, man. God's funny when He pushes you.
Yeah, and
you ask for a sign. God.
Yep. And
I showed Sid the text. I showed him the picture I took on the road. I was about to do something really bad. Not really bad, but I was about to give in to a sin that I didn't need to. And I said, please, if this is legit, I'm trying to, like, come on, God. If me sinning is okay with you, let me know. And I'm thinking to myself, but you know how flighty I am. Make it a billboard. I came around the corner in Texas, and there was a sign that said, "You asked for a sign, God," on a billboard. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. If you truly, and that's, I mean, I tell you what, it's funny you said that. I mean, how I got started was I was just so innocent. I was like, I just said to, creator. I didn't even say God. I just said creator. I want to know, why am I here? Where did we come from and where we're going? Show me. I get all of this man-made stuff coming and going, different religions, different, new age, everything. That's how I got started, is when you truly from your heart ask for truth. I think it's James 1:6. He that asketh for truth is given knowledge or whatever. But if you truly, really want an answer and truly seek it out, it will be shared with you. I can attest to that. Before that, I would ask, but I didn't really mean it. I don't think. I just was talking to the air. But when you really ask and he knows, you'll get it, man. I tell you, he really. I'm not that smart a guy. For me to make all these videos, and all this, I'm not that smart of a guy. I'll tell you, I have assistance through the Holy Spirit and through the Creator. I mean, I can't. Sometimes I look back and I'm like, did I really do that video?
No, you've done some
Yeah.
earth shakers, dude. You've done some earth shakers. What's up, Days of Noah? Brandon, someone just said you were going to say something. I probably cut you off. Do you remember what it was?
No, not at this point in time. I mean, that was a while back, right?
It happens. Yeah, someone just said, I love your owl videos. I love owls. I don't know what the deal, because you're in the Illuminati. Well, if I was in the Illuminati, I'm pretty sure they have better dental insurance than I do. Just saying, but whatever.
You never even got to make the good video of all.
I got it, but then all hell broke loose. You know what I mean? I still got it all, and that pisses me off. That bums me out, because that was a part of my. All this has been, it's a trip.
You left here in good states.
I did, dude. I was good to go, and then all of a sudden,
when you gonna come see me, dude? When you gonna come see me? I got great weather. I can, we can go golfing.
Closer than you think, dude. Closer than you think, actually.
I'm waiting.
It's raining and cold here right now, but I'm pretty damn close.
Yeah, I'm looking at 88 degrees where I'm at. So bring it on, man. Let's go. I'll take you to, we can drive over and drive by Disney and look at the empty lots if you want. I mean, we can go fishing. Hey, we can go fishing, man. We got we're right by here, the ocean where I'm at. So,
See, beware of stuff like this. Tanks rolling on the street. Rolled in on a train in San Antonio. Okay, we've been at war my entire life. Texas is known for military bases. There's lots of military bases. Try to be careful with information that you put out. I drove by a bunch of 18-wheelers pulling Bradley fighting vehicles, gasoline trucks, Frankensteins, deuce and a halves. But I didn't make a video because I Googled it real quick. There's a military base right up the street. That's how they move around. At this point, the running into the military would be my best out.
Yeah. You remember Jade Helm? Remember when they?
Yeah.
Dude, that was
driving around. That was one of the first times I drove around the car. I went to where Jade Helm was, and I was sending all the information to Professor Doom. Remember him?
Yep.
What a dick.
Professor Doom.
I had to make it was my first attack video. We need to talk about Professor Doom. I thought it was hilarious that I named it that.
We need to talk about Professor Doom.
Professor Doom. Oh my God!
But he was
I remember Master. Man. What was that? Master the human domain. Remember? That's what they're. I mean, think about that statement. Master. Why would you say human domain? Is there another domain? I mean, see, you got to pay attention. What's going on? Master the human domain.
I'm glad you came out with saying, dude. That was another private phone call. You said, dude, the Earth's flat, and I'm like, I'm almost positive it is, but I don't want to say it because everyone's going to get mad.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the old days when you cared if your subscribers got mad at you? They usually get mad when you tell them the absolute truth with all the facts. Oh, you're a shill.
That's it. Sure. You're out of here.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Well, where is that in a textbook, Nicholson? Okay, whatever. You get your knowledge from down here. I'm going to get it from above. Whatever. And where are all those people now? I mean, that's the thing is, I mean, I could be gone tomorrow. My channel could be taken down. But here's the thing. I never said this, but you ever thought about this, Richie? Am I showing truth? You remember, it has to be shown. Remember, before things go down. Am I sharing stuff, and are you allowed to stay up? And I mean, we are being censored to a certain degree, but the reason I think some of my stuff is still up is I'm showing truth, and it has to be seen, before, you know what I'm saying?
That's part of the process.
I do.
Yeah,
I do believe that. That's part of their consent. You have to know the truth, whether you just saw it for a second or not. You had to make a cognizant choice to deny it.
Yep, that's correct.
That's it. All right, my friends, I got to get off here. It's time for me to go to bed.
Yeah, me too. I don't even know what time it is. I'm in a different time zone every half an hour, so it's freaking me out.
What? It's almost 9 o'clock here.
Check this out. This isn't anything more than what it is. But to everybody in the chat and everybody that watches this video, share these videos. Even if you don't have a channel, make a channel and share them and just say coronavirus isn't real. Give people the opportunity to understand that this is a fraud. And someone just showed the numbers, 169,000, 169. I figured they would have blown it up because my ex told me, sorry about that, Shan. My source at the hospital told me that they're no longer going to use CDC confirmed cases. They're just going to use probable as the numbers. And I figured they would inflate them. So this pandemic isn't doing anything except getting ready to take all your rights, take all your retirement, reset the dollar, go to digital currency. And apparently they're going to get ready to start squeezing the internet because so many people are on it. So to everybody that's watched these videos over the years, if we can't make another video, stand your ground. Don't let anybody jam you. It's once that happens, you can't unring that bell. You know what I'm saying?
No, this is my temple, man. They're not cutting me off from the connection with the Most High. They're just not happening. It's just not happening. All right.
And for me, I've been, like I said, thank you for even listening. Thank you, Big Sib. Thank you, Richie. And Big Sib said it. And I'm glad that, the Holy Spirit shared that with me is once you realize what the enemy is after, the battle for the temple of God, us, that's the real battle. That's not something in Israel that has curtains. And then because God does not dwell in a physical a temple made of hands. That is scriptural. As long as you remember that this is it, protect it any way you can.
So we got to give us a prayer real quick because you're good at it.
What's that?
A prayer on the way out.
Hey, dear Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for bringing this fellowship together today. Continue to grant us the ability for humble hearts, open minds, and for our will to continue to decrease and yours to continue to increase. Let your word never go unto thee void, but let it accomplish everything that you please and prosper anywhere and everywhere that you send it, Father. In your precious Son's name we pray.
Amen.
Boston, Nicholson from an undisclosed location, and Big Sib from the Bayou. Everybody in the chat, share this everywhere you can, or don't. I'm out.